Formative assessment as a term in education has become a really big buzzword, and there is a lot of material out there about what it is and what it isn't. When we're talking about formative assessments in this series, we're working with Rick Stiggin's definition, and we're dealing with the three-part structure. The research on formative assessments that really got everyone's attention focused on formative assessments in classroom settings with full populations. Using formative assessments with the three-part structure had results that rivaled one-to-one tutoring. And so that's why formative assessment became such a buzzword. But then when we went to implementation, everyone's interpretation of what counted as a formative assessment was a little bit different. I myself, when I started, I thought my quizzes happened during instruction. And so I thought that if I had my quizzes and I just averaged them up, that those were my formative assessments, and then my summative was the test, because it happened at the end of instruction. But what I didn't realize was that that was not enough of a structure for the students to actually improve their performance. Plus, all of it was evaluative feedback. I wasn't providing any descriptive feedback. So there was a lot of misunderstanding about what a formative assessment was. Another layer of my misunderstanding focused on formative instruction. So there's a technique, for example, I could say, okay, everyone who is understanding what I'm saying, I want you to put a thumb up like this. And everyone who's having a little bit of difficulty or you might be confused, I want you to put your thumb sideways. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'd like you to put your thumb down like this to cue me. If I ask my class to do that, and then I gauge from that whether I am going to continue teaching that material or I'm going to move on. That's formative instruction. I'm using the feedback to inform my practice, to inform instruction. But the truth is, the only one using the data is me. My students aren't using that data. They're not looking around the room going, oh, I'm going to use a new strategy because I'm not understanding this material. They are not processing the data at all. So it's not for their learning process, which is what a formative assessment by Rick Stiggin's definition does. So all those techniques where we have red cups, yellow cups, and green cups to show where we are in the process, anything that cues the teacher to inform their decisions about what to do is formative instruction. Now, formative assessments, where the primary user is the learner, could also be used to inform the teacher. Just because I make sure the data is available to the learner and they're using it to improve performance doesn't preclude me as the teacher to go, I have a pervasive amount of students who need some more work on this. I'm going to spend more time. So that can be a fringe benefit, but it's a secondary purpose and not the primary purpose. And that's the difference between formative assessment and formative instruction.